Hello everybody, this is coming to you from the top of Glass Mountain. As you can see, I'm sequestered here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Glass Mountain. I made it to the top, and I want to talk to you just for a few minutes. I was listening to Tom Woods and Doug Casey talk, so I have to give credit where credit is due, and I want to combine what I've been listening to and hearing. I'd like to share it with you guys, as I do periodically in these novel coronavirus times. Doug Casey brought up a really good point on Tom Woods' podcast, and he said information about the Spanish influenza about 100 years ago. The Spanish flu hit the United States, and the Spanish flu alone killed around 600,000 Americans. And for that to work its proportional magic in the United States today, it would have to kill the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, would have to kill 1.8 million people if you keep the proportion the same. And what he mentioned that was noteworthy was that the United States government, federal government, the state governments, and the local governments did not close the economy down. They did not say we have to shut the economy down, we have to shut our stores, close parks. I'm looking down at a playground that has a big red sign on the door, and the chain is bolting the door closed. The playground is closed. Stores are closed. Schools closed. Small businesses are closed. I wanted to go to Borgatti's Italian ravioli in Little Italy down in Arthur Avenue. Can't. Closed. No online orders or delivery either. So the people back then, their response wasn't shut everything down. And Woods answered and had a good comment saying that there's a little voice inside his head, and it's the same voice that's in mine, where people in the state, people in the government are going to close everything down, and then when this blows over, which it will, and it won't have the level of carnage that something like the Spanish flu did 100 years ago. But when it blows over and it's over, they're going to say, hey, look, we in the government saved you. We saved your life. We are the reason why you are alive today. And I don't like to talk about the masses or the herd. It really bothers me to do that these days. I don't like it, but I get angry because the herd, the masses, will nod their heads and be like, yep, they saved us. You know, I know 10 of my friends lost their job. I know 3 people whose businesses went under and now can't send their children to the school they want. But gosh darn it, Donald Trump and Andrew Cuomo and Bill de Blas, they saved us. All hail the government. And those Americans are stupid. Those people I mentioned will have destroyed the American economy to a lot of degrees. A lot of undocumented workers will have been permanently put out of work. Nobody trusts anyone anymore. The low trust society that they've created through globalism has destroyed cohesive unit societies, which was the way it was. One of the reasons why the governments didn't shut everything down back in 1919 is because local communities would have said, no, you don't get to do that. You don't have that kind of clout. And if you're going to try to do that, okay, bring in the troops with guns, and we're going to bring out our troops with our guns. Whiskey Rebellion 300 years ago. Shays Rebellion. All of these things would have happened. Whereas now there's a docile, unthinking group that for whatever reason seems to worship at the feet of the state. Okay. I guess that's the society I'm in now. But some of the fringe benefits, actually a few fringe benefits, and I'm going to do a separate blog post on this one, of the novel coronavirus, is not only the historical connection between the Spanish flu, right, the the awareness, a side benefit of the coronavirus era, is the awareness of the Spanish influenza has come back. People are learning about it again. But not only that, people are in many ways becoming cohesive. People are helping each other out. Handwritten signs in my building saying, if you're an elderly or disabled or sick person, call this number and I'll personally help you out, carrying groceries or what have you, going out for supplies for you. Regular people are okay in general. Not the mass man or the mass woman or the herd. I'm not talking about those people. They deserve to be shuttled into camps. They should be in the FEMA camp fighting over who gets the top bunk. But the other regular people are learning and looking around and seeing who really will come through in the clutch. Because as it was in the real America, nothing closed 100 years ago. And that's 600,000 Americans dead because of Spanish flu. No need for that. This is a gross overreaction. And I can't help myself being a conspiracy theorist. I think in the way that crisis investing, those people are taking advantage and profiteering during this time, I'm one of them. Besides that, you're crazy if you think the state and the government isn't going to take advantage as well. And they're going to take advantage psychologically. Look, we saved you. It is because of us and the rules we put in place permanently during the crisis that saved you. And then when those rules come back and bite you in the ass later, you're going to be upset, but oh well. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.